October marked the end of another season for food vendors in Red Hook, Brooklyn. For more than 3 decades, vendors have been serving Latin and South American foods from open-air food stalls in Red Hook Park. This year, however, the park looked different. Gone were the blue tarps and large open grills where customers could stand alongside vendors as they cooked. After nearly losing their permits, the vendors are instead cooking in new mobile kitchen trucks that comply with the City Department of Health's requirements for food safety and preparation. Cesar Fuentes, the executive director of the Food Vendors Committee of Red Hook Park, feels the new trucks affected the atmosphere of Red Hook Park this past season.
Obviously, the character, the visual, that mercado feeling, that connection that was created when vendors were actually setting up their canopy tarps and open air, and customers having the ability to come close and interact with them. That was lost. Smog and long lines and noise, and it became more generic. That, unfortunately, is perhaps one of the worst things. It took away from what we once were.
Janet Lanis, a food vendor who sells traditional Salvadorian food, had mixed reactions about working from a mobile kitchen truck.
The advantage is that before, when we were out there, I don't know if you saw the pictures, we had to unload and load back the van. We had to be carrying these huge grills, and that was a hassle. So now we have the refrigerator, so it's much easier. But just being in here, it has affected our communication with the people. I love talking to people, the customers, and being in here, it has limited me because I'm working right there, I'm hiding, so they can hardly see me.
No matter what, all the food vendors can agree on one thing. Complying with the new standards comes at a financial cost. The vendors have spent thousands and thousands of dollars to buy the new trucks and equipment.
Sadly, not all of our past vendors, could not, continue with that. Unfortunately, we lost 2 of our vendors that were here last year, and were here with us for pretty much throughout the history of the vendors, because they couldn't afford the cost of compliance.
Janet Lanis spent $35,000 for her truck, and that was only the beginning.
The insurance for the truck is, about $5,000? And then now we have to buy diesel, then we have to buy gas for the generator, and then for the truck itself. Then if you add another $7,000 for the season that we're here, it's a lot of money. We have to come up with the money.
Despite these additional burdens, the food vendors remain optimistic about their businesses.
And at the end, it's still the same vendors with the same heart. And fine, and now, thank God, we're being compliant. So we can either look at the glass half full, half empty, and in that way you will understand, whether or not, your story is a success. I like to think that the food vendor are a story of success, of the pure, unadulterated American dream.
And the American dream will be back on display in Red Hook Park in April of next year. This is Jacqueline Lynch reporting for New York City News Service.